my channel. I'm Rebecca Bizzetti, and today on the University of Health we are gonna be talking about skin reactions. Now, just to give you an overview about skin reactions, these appear in many forms and in different locations of the body, in different parts of the body for every single person. So these can be eczema flare-ups, psoriasis flare-ups, it comes out on our skin. Now, this happens for the reason that we mostly have the damage been happening to us on our insides of our body, and then when it gets to a point where the body cannot handle it anymore, there will be skin flare-ups, and that is where the body is telling you, oh, stop, you need to handle this. So the damage that is done to our body is now shown, and now we can recognize it. We can see that the damage is there, and this is because we have an intolerance. We have something that doesn't agree with our body, but we keep giving it to our body. For example, when I was young, I was lactose intolerant, so I didn't know this. So it flared up as eczema in my knees. I continued taking lactose until I understood that I was lactose intolerant. And at the time it was very hard because there was not a lot of people with these intolerances. Lactose intolerant, gluten intolerance, or so it may seem. But now we are actually one of the generations that are taking the most milk coming from the cow in every single thing that we eat. And if it's chocolate, if it's sweets, if it's bars, if it's biscuits, in our food, as milk, in our coffees, in everything, we take in a huge amount. Now, this intolerance was dated back because our ancestors in the past, they didn't used to take cow's milk. So our genes, we cannot produce, we cannot break down the lactase in the lactose, which is the enzymes in the cow's milk that our body, most of our bodies, not each and every one of us. There are some people that can handle it, and that's good. But for example, my body, it couldn't handle it. So then it went into the flare-up of an eczema. About 3 years ago, I had another flare-up. This time it was a chemical flare-up, and it was all over my hands. Obviously, at the time I went to lactose free, to not taking lactose, but it wasn't working. It was much deeper than that. And what they had prescribed to me were steroids. So I was taking steroids daily, steroid pills, which I used to swallow. And what these did, they calmed the reaction down, and after a day or two, the reaction flared up as much as it was before. For me, this was a very sad time, because see, with the steroids, the reaction was not decreasing, it was almost increasing, to a point that I started having my hands, all over my hands here, and as well no fingerprints, and then it started coming up my neck into my face. And at that time I was very sad, because obviously I could see like my skin flaky, especially in my face. So after a while it was calming a bit down. After around 3 years it started to calm down alone, because I stopped since that first year the chemicals, as I was doing nails, and that chemicals didn't agree with me anymore. So About a year ago, another reaction flared up, and this time it was about cat dandruffs. With that cat dandruffs, I became reactant to everything, to all the chemicals and to a lot of things, as I later discovered. Now, this time, I was sure I was not going to do it with steroids. I couldn't take 3 more years out of my life living like that and seeing my skin every day flare up. And I said, this is because of a reason. So I need to find a reason. It's like you have a spider and it's creating webs. If you keep on removing the webs, the spider is still there and it's still gonna create another web. So what do you need to do? You need to kill the spider. And that is what I was doing with this reaction. I was trying to find the problem of this and kill that. So after some time understanding myself, understanding what I'm reactive to, I understood that I became reactive not just for cat dandruff, but also for fragrances, for body washes with fragrances, for food colorings, for a lot of foods, mainly acidic foods. I couldn't take any more acids in my food, as my body was producing too much acid that it was in turn making this reaction worse. And in fact, I got rid of this in just 3 months. I said, okay, I give my period of 3 months where I cut down all of the acids and I eat only foods that are not acidic for this time. I also so acidic foods, when I'm saying acidic foods, they are like coffee, tea, tomatoes, curry. So there are a lot of acidic foods that are very much healthy. There are some that are not healthy, like preservatives, fast food. These all I had to cut down. My hardest for me was to cut down the healthy foods, actually. I love chili. I couldn't take chili anymore. Because as well, I saw that apart from acidic foods, I was reactive to red foods. Now, those of you who suffer from allergic reactions and you try to cut down gluten, you try to cut down lactose, maybe you will try to cut down acidic foods, you might have flare-ups for red foods. When we are talking about red foods, we are speaking about tomatoes, we are speaking about chili. I will list now the foods that are acidic in this order. And I will list also the foods which are red. Given these are some foods from the list, obviously you can research more and understand which foods really damage, even though they are not on this list or not on the acidic list. If you find out that there is a food that when you eat it, you feel that you're reacting bad to it, then stop it for a while. Let your body heal and get the toxins out of it. It's like when you have a cup, and the cup you are always putting water, and that water, for example, might be a toxin. So you continue giving toxin, the water still can handle it, the cup still can handle it, but as you start pouring more water, it will overflow. And that's the same as the reaction. So these foods might not have done anything to you in the past and you had no reaction whatsoever to them, but now they are reacting. They are making this reaction in your body and maybe even in your skin. So these foods you need to stop for a while. then you can introduce them and see if that was the reason that you were intolerant to that, or you became reactive because of the main reaction. For example, I was not reactive only to these acidic foods and as well to the red foods. I was as well really reactive to fragrances, to body washes, and I do mean almost all body wash, because most of the body wash we buy now, they are all containing chemicals, and chemicals were a big no-no in my life. So what actually helped me was the calendula cream, the calendula baby wash, and that was the only thing that helped, that wasn't reacting with my body. I changed drastically what I wore, because even what I wore was giving me a reaction, and this is because mainly most of the clothes that we buy now are all polyester, polyamides, all of these that are not so good for our skin actually. So it was quite hard for me to change all my clothes to be cotton, especially in the upper part, as the reaction had went under my arms. So I had to remove all clothes and go to the cotton clothes, which is the best material for our bodies. So I had to change a lot, as you see. I was as well in this time taking a lot of, and this is an important one, anti-inflammatory foods. The body at that time was very inflamed, and that was the part that my skin, the reaction was showing on my skin. So anti-inflammatory foods, there's a lot, and I will as well put the list. So as you can see, anti-inflammatory foods, there is ginger, which is a very good anti-inflammatory food. I used to make it in a tea with lemon. It's important to use lemon, as limes are acidic. Lemons are not acidic. Yes, they are acidic for the skin, but when they go in, they are not acidic inside of the body. And this is a very good anti-inflammatory drink to take. And as well, there are blueberries, blackberries. There are a lot of anti-inflammatory food, as you saw. But one of the biggest one for me would be propolis. I was taking daily propolis together with honey, as honey is a very good antibacterial and anti-inflammatory, together with propolis. Now you might tell me, what is propolis? Propolis is a product made from the bees, which is one of the best anti-inflammatories you can take, as it also decreases the reaction. It helps so much, and I was starting to take it daily in those 3 months. So these two were really crucial in helping my eczema. Now, these are natural products, as I said, coming from the bees themselves. So not a lot of people are reactive, but as some people are reactive to nuts, if you are allergic to bees, so you are allergic to honey, then yes, you cannot take these things and you need to opt for other things. But this is a small percentage. 1% of the population in the world has an allergy to honey and bee products. So you can understand that you will try. So you will try a little bit, take, see if a drop of propolis and about 1/4 of a teaspoon of honey will do anything. If it doesn't, then you are not allergic to honey and propolis and all the bee products. And that is a very good thing, because the benefits these products do for our body to help us cleanse our bodies, they help for longevity, they help in our beauty, they help in our immune system. And as I said, they are very, very great anti-inflammatory. So I was taking propolis daily in my system, and this has helped me a lot to change the reaction. And as you can see now, I have fingerprints. So my reaction is very much better. So as well, I will have a video on each and every one of these bee products to show you the importance, to understand the importance and the benefits that they will give us. So stay tuned and please subscribe on this channel, so as well you can get notified when the videos are up. Now, as you can see, doing these things took from 3 years to 3 months. That's a huge difference. Plus, you can say expensive wise, it is so much more financially better with the bee products and with the foods, eliminating some of the foods and choosing the right products for my skin, which do not contain perfumes, but actually contain flower like calendula that is very soothing and that is very good for skin reactions. So during this time of these 3 months, as I told you, I cut down acid, so I cut down coffee, I cut down tea. I was taking coffee, for example, 10 times a day. So you can understand how this was for me. And I said, oh, I will have no energy. Well, in fact, it was the other way around. I had even more energy. My skin was glowing. Everything was starting to become how it's supposed to be. My hair got healthier. Everything that was happening, I could see very well from outside. My energy levels were boosting high. I had as well more mind clarity. And this is the thing that brought me, that detoxified my body from these chemicals that were harming me. And I couldn't be grateful to have taken this journey this time, and I would do it all over again if I had to. So I hope this helps you, and now you will have a better view what to do for your skin reactions and your skin conditions to help treat it better. Everybody is different, so you need to understand your body. You need to understand what works for you and what doesn't, what hurts your body more and what helps your body more. So if you follow these steps, and I hope that in time you will have flawless skin again, you will have all the energy and the confidence and everything back to the way it was, all with these natural things that you can do in your life and change your lifestyle for this while. I will assure you it will be very much worth the sacrifices and the time that you will take to change the lifestyle to this lifestyle for a little while till everything is back to normal. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe to this channel, and if you have any questions, please put a comment down below, and as well any topics that you would like and you would be interested for me to open up with. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a great day. Bye.